My name's Mike B, aka Phony. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas special news. This is the this is a prime deal. This is authentic. This is authentic Santa Claus outfit. Didn't shave the beard into a chin hawk. Boy, I'm ready. I'm ready. Where's Santa? He's supposed to be fat. I'm just doing this thing barely fits. I don't know what else you want. All right, I'm trying. Too skinny. Too skinny. Oh, thank you. Oh shit, it came off. Oh no, it broke. Okay, it kind of fucking already. No, that's cool. Cool. I got it. Hold up. This was a mistake. I got it. This shit. Okay. I'm afraid to breathe too deep and too fast in this thing because the fucking hair is coming right off. Are you tight? I'm good. Oh, fuck. All right, let's fucking do some news. All right, Mike B, aka Phony. Today's date, December 23rd, 2022. The last news of the year, maybe. Censoring the start of this video is gonna be a trip. I'm not censoring shit. Last time I edited the news, people got mad. So like, fuck it. You get the whole thing. God, look at this. This is what I'm pulling out of my fucking mouth. Anyways, TikTok is fucking smiling like a motherfucker. Serious news today, okay? Listen, this is a big deal. This is a big fucking deal. So, TikTok, days are numbered. TikTok, days are numbered. Santa gonna choke on his own beard on the news. I know, I am. This is like cotton, barely held together cotton. So, TikTok, not doing too well. Doing bad things. Lots of bad things. This is the most recent bad thing that they've done, which is spying on journalists who use the app in order to find out who the leak was in their company after a barrage of articles came out from certain reporters who worked for BuzzFeed and then later, I guess, also at Forbes. So this is like a pretty big deal. We've already had issues before. Like, let's see. We had just recently, actually, we have TikTok being removed from U.S. government phones. So kind of a red flag if the government's going to ban an app from a phone, which is something they don't typically do, right? At least with something this big. They're gonna have it. They're basically gonna say you can't have it on your government phones, which is totally fine. Now it doesn't really cover everybody, but at the very least it serves as a warning for everybody who uses the app that if it starts with the government banning it off of their devices, it's probably going to spread if it continues to if they continue to go down the path they're going down. And this was before this latest thing happened with the spying allegations. Not allegations, actually, they admitted to it. So let me read this. It says this is from the omnibus bill here that we signed that adds the ban on TikTok on the U.S. government phones. And it says, "We're disappointed that Congress has moved to ban TikTok on government devices, a political gesture that will do nothing to advance national security interests, rather than encouraging the administration to conclude its national security review." TikTok spokesperson Brooke Oberwetter said in a statement to Recode, and that was when was this? Like just a few days ago, December 20th. And then here we are 2 days later. It's like, nah, y'all really did that shit. So what they ended up doing was they had a specific group within the within a company that handles a lot of their like risk assessment and risk and I guess policy stuff, and they had designated that group to follow and document some of the whereabouts, some of the IP addresses of some of the people that were in proximity to or that were hanging out with the reporters that that they were basically doxing and trying to find out, like, you know, who this leak was. So like this is a big deal. Again, they admitted to it. Let me see if I can find the actual quote here. So this new development reinforces serious concerns that social media. Yeah. So this is actually just talking. This is Senator Mark Warner talking about the current status of Twitter in terms of like how TikTok, Twitter, in terms of like how it relates to like security, right? And it says this new development reinforces serious concerns that social media platform has permitted TikTok engineers and executives in the People's Republic of China to repeatedly access private data of U.S. users, despite repeated claims to lawmakers and users that the data was protected. TikTok is literally fucked. Yeah, this is a big deal. I mean, here we go. Here's an October thing where they said, it said here, TikTok has never been used to target any members of the U.S. government, activists, political figures, or journalists. And that TikTok could not monitor U.S. users in the way the article suggested. It is exactly what they did. They did exactly what they said they weren't going to do. That was in October. In June, this is pulled from the article, from the Forbes article here. I pulled this. It says TikTok told lawmakers in June that access to certain U.S. user data, likely including location, will be limited only to authorized personnel pursuant to protocols being developed with the U.S. government. And they lied about that too. So it's been a whole year of nothing but fucking lies from TikTok, from ByteDance, telling the U.S. government, no, we're fine. We don't do none of that stuff. And they're literally doing that stuff. Lies from companies? Yeah, from a government-owned company? No way. Jesus. So this is controversial for a number of reasons. One, TikTok is like super popular, like stupidly popular. It sets a bunch of trends like worldwide. It is a way that content gets surfaced now. A lot of content creators are leaning on it heavily because they see how important it is to their content creation like ecosphere, and it's basically become a staple. And so it's controversial because now people have to weigh the interests of the U.S. government with their own interests. And so people are gonna have to say, okay, well, I really like using TikTok and I really like making content on TikTok, but the government says that this is bad because they're spying on me. And some folks will say, well, Jeff Bezos is doing the same thing, right? Or whatever, or Bill Gates or fucking Mark Zuckerberg, they're doing the same thing. There's a difference when it's a foreign government that is doing this, and that is exactly what is happening here. Not just executives, but like members of their government also have access to this data. So, sorry. So this is something that gets looked at in a much harsher light because it is a foreign entity that is using tech to spy on US-based users. So this is probably going to be, I mean, really, it's probably going to be like the last year you see TikTok, unless, and even the unless is pretty fucking thin, right? Unless they like completely splinter off everything related to US-based data and leave it in TikTok US, and even then, without some kind of heavy regulation and oversight from the US government, I don't see that being even an option. TikTok would have to be sold to someone not related to CCP. Exactly. It had to be sold to somebody who is not related to CCP. It would probably have to be governed by the government, right? Like I can't imagine any situation where TikTok continues to exist beyond 2023 unless it was like literally part of the US government, which would then put it in the same fucking batch. It's like, okay, well, now our government's spying on us. The Saudis, oh, can you imagine? I mean, they would too. They absolutely would. Kidding me? Prince would throw down hella money for that. Just buy it up. Fuck it. They could afford it. Why not? Yeah. I mean, shit, look how much money he put into Twitter that he's never getting back. Time for the new TikTok. We did U.S. government TikTok. Saudis will buy it and then sell the data to CCP. Yeah. No. Trust me. I'm not saying that the Saudis are like great or anything. Twitter shares for TikTok. They traded their Twitter shares for Twitter, and like it's like a shitty deal. We'll start our own TikTok with beer and hookers. Yeah, Saudis use Twitter to target political dissent. They do. And so, yeah, no, don't worry, guys. Saudi's bad. 100% agree. 100% agree. I'm just saying, in this situation, though, it's not Saudi's TikTok. This is Chinese TikTok. And so this is them using the app to spy on us. And if Saudis are doing the same thing, then guess what? We'd probably have the same approach. You know, it's like we'd have to look at it and say, probably don't want them to have all this information. But the difference, I think, is that the Saudis don't have the military force that we do. They just have money. So China, on the other hand, is a U.S. competitor in military arms and everything else. And so that I feel like that is why, you know, that's probably looked at a little bit more severely. I mean, the Saudis are over here buying shit all over the place. You know, the Embracer Group exists, basically buying shit all over the place. So it's not like we're stopping them, you know. We didn't stop Tencent for buying everything up, so it's not like that's never going to happen. We wait until things, I guess, reach a boiling point, and then like this, and then we move in with strike. Say, Saudis put their money into a super long city right now. They don't have the cash for TikTok. Nah, they have a lot of money. They have stupid. I wish that was it, but no, that's just a side project for these guys. Feel bad, kind of bad for Josh. All that shit at Blizz he had to go through, and it gets out somewhere better. And now TikTok is getting blasted. Yeah, you know, I think about Josh's situation a lot. I really do, because like it sucks. You know, like he was at Blizzard for almost 10 years, or maybe just past 10 years, but I know he was talking about that. And moving on to TikTok, which is a company, again, that may not even exist. I just can't see a way out. You know, like it's not like politicians are going to forget, you know, that this happened. You know, it's not like they're going to forget. They're going to continue to pursue this. And spying is it is a bipartisan offense. Like that's what it is. So you're going to have people on both sides of the aisle agreeing that this is a problem. This is not a throw money at it, it'll go away problem. Exactly. The line is a $500 billion project, and it's weird as fuck. I know. It's just they're just trying to do it just to do it. I feel like it's not practical in any way. Saudis don't have to report their wealth. They make their known list of rich guys look like rookie numbers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and this is bipartisan. Exactly. So yeah, this is a bipartisan issue. We're definitely going to see movement on this as it relates to TikTok and getting them basically probably just booted from the States entirely. I don't know if it'll have any effect on like any other countries. We'll look at it and say, maybe we should go ahead and do something, because they're not in the same boat as we are in terms of like economically competitive, right? Like we're competing directly with China in a lot of stuff, while at the same time also utilizing a lot of China for a lot of our, you know, economic needs. So this is a pretty big deal. I don't know necessarily if like India is gonna give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like India might not give a fuck. They're like, whatever, you know, we'll use TikTok, it's fine. Yo, what up, dry roasted lemon? It'll be just like those crap hole islands they made that are falling into the sea they never sold any homes on. What'll happen is that the phone makers will just start pulling it from the App Store regionally. That's probably what's gonna happen to start, but I think the government has to do something first. I think India doesn't like China. India will give a fuck. I mean, I don't know if India will. I don't know if India will make any kind of moves like that. I think it really depends on like on us pulling the trigger first. I just can't see like I don't know. I didn't heard any rumblings from any other country talking about China spying on them via TikTok. Whereas here we have example after example of this happening. So yeah, we'll see what happens. This fucking buckle, I can't believe it. I knew it was not gonna last. This is the Santa Claus buckle that came with it. I knew it wasn't gonna last. So as it stands right now, it does seem like it's probably going to be it's going to be an issue that we're going to probably start tackling in the first quarter of next year, after everybody gets back and settled, and they're going to be like, all right, time to deal with the spying issue. Let me see. Yeah, here he goes. The team that oversaw the surveillance campaign was ByteDance's internal audit and risk control department, a Beijing-based unit primarily responsible for conducting investigations into potential misconduct by current and former ByteDance employees. Isn't that crazy? Misconduct by former ByteDance employees? Like, what? You already fired him. Let him go. What the fuck? Idiot just had a border dispute. I saw that. That was real. Like they were using like sticks and stones to like push each other back or whatever. They are a territorial conflict. So cool. All right, good. Good. Now I know. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't sure what was going on. Again, I don't follow a lot of politics on that side. You know, we got our own to deal with. Just a good old border basin meetup. That's right. They did the whole like the whole Braveheart charge and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is like I said, this is a huge deal. Like this is a really huge deal if you're in the US because you know you might know people who use TikTok. I know like my mom likes posting videos on TikTok. I know my brother likes to stream live on TikTok. Like I have family that love TikTok. They use it all the time. And I myself have used it before, and I've appreciated the algorithm is so fucking good. It's so good at what it does. Like you go and click on a few videos, and you're I like this one, this, and this one, and then all of a sudden, your feed is just like serene. It's so good. But they're spying on us too. So if they just didn't do the spying thing, could have kept them around. But no, they had to follow some journalists because motherfuckers just can't stop being butthurt about journalists saying shit, even if it's not in continental China, you know? You make fun of all your friends that use it. Let's see. Yeah, they had a guy injured on the Indian border conflict in the Winter Olympics, which is against Olympic guidelines and stuff. It's worse than just spying, from what I've heard. I mean, when they're tracking down U.S. citizens, like that's, I mean, it's spying. That's definitely like cut and dry, like spying, you know. But whatever egregiousness they've done beyond that. I don't know if it's related to this. I do know that there was an issue. Sorry, I'm trying so hard to keep this thing on, guys. So, hey, that actually works a little bit better. It's not touching my face. So. Kind of like the new TikTok content, but spying thing really sucks. Oh, well, YouTube Shorts it is. Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to be YouTube Shorts for the most part. Although YouTube Shorts really needs to like step it up. I need to see longer than 60 seconds on that. I need to see longer than 60 seconds on TikTok Shorts. I'm sorry, on YouTube Shorts, because the 60 seconds is just a little bit too short for me. Yeah, it's just that's what she said. YouTube needs to step up everything that isn't VODs. I mean, what we're gonna see as we get closer to some kind of action being taken TikTok. Oh, excuse me. To some kind of action being taken on TikTok. The closer we get to that, the more we'll start to see features being rolled out on other platforms that mirror that of TikTok. So you bet your ass we're gonna get all the TikTok features on like Instagram, they're already trying, and YouTube, 100%. Oh, and TikTok and Twitter, of course, and Twitter, absolutely. Elon was just today talking about how Twitter, well, he says yes to everything because he wants to be loved, but he made a comment on somebody talking about uploading videos. I think it was Mr. Beast talking about uploading videos directly to the platform instead of linking off platform. And he said, that sounds like something we could do, which he says to everything. Yeah, YouTube live streaming is still incredibly stupid too. It's good, but the UX is so bad. Yeah, there's definitely not a lot of community in the YouTube streaming for sure. Like not like this. Every YouTube live stream I've chimed into, who usually they stream on multiple platforms. And usually when they're talking and replying to chat, they're talking to Twitch. They're not talking to people in YouTube because no one's talking on the YouTube side. It's not really a community like that. Twitter is going to explode. Perhaps, so I use Logo's plugin. It makes the YouTube live stream UI look similar to Twitch. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Hope they'll step it up soon. I'd like to see YouTube streaming grow too. Me too. Yeah, I would like to see. I mean, I'm tired of jumping from platform to platform. I just like to see the evolution happen, and actually be good. You know, the actual good features on YouTube, actual good features on Twitter too. You know, I mean, I would like actual, not like a fucking cluster of like, you know, views and all these other analytics and shit that we're going to see all over. Next, we're going to see like referral links and all that stuff. Like, just I would love to see videos that play without problem. So many times someone will tweet a video and I click on it and I have to wait a while for it to process or something because it takes forever for it to play. And then when it does, it stops like 2 seconds in. YouTube is building, they're adding new features every so often. And they are working towards it. Good. So Twitter's going the way it is. I enjoyed it, and it's still pretty good for the ADDH brain. Yeah, I mean, Twitter is still usable. Like, I know that we're all like, a lot of us are jumping ship and using other platforms and stuff like Mastodon and Hive and whatever else, Fansly or whatever the fuck. OnlyFans. I know that we're like, a lot of folks are like jumping ship or whatever. Twitter is still usable, and it's quite fun to watch the antics happen. Every time Elon gets in a fucking space and he starts talking, someone shits on him and he just has a panic attack and leaves, man. It's so good. Anyways, there's so much art in there too. Oh yeah. Speaking of art, so we're gonna talk a little bit about AI art today. Dun dun dun. AI art. So there has been a lot of discussion about AI art over the last like couple months. It was kind of trickling there, right? Like we had a little bit of Dolly with some funny images and all that, and then we had Midjourney. People are making some cool stuff. Right? Oh, it looks pretty good. And then we had Lensa, and Lensa basically shot everything up into fucking mainstream and really, 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 really showed everybody like the power, potential, and the downfalls of using AI art. Not just in like the controversial side of it, like the ethical side of it, but also the fact that they can never get the fucking hands right. Like the hands are always like a mangled ass mess every single time. The hands don't make any fucking sense. It's always something. I put so many pictures through Lensa, and every time the hands come back, it's like this weird like flower thing happening, like a dick flower. You guys remember the dick flower like images like circulating back in the early 2000s? It was like that. Hands are hard, man. I know. Let's see. It basically makes hands like how they sometimes appear in your dreams, right? Yeah. The future is hand art. It's amazing that AI art is done so much to show that what can be done with the tech, but still, we have no fucking examples of good use of NFTs. Yeah. Yeah. Most artists say that hands are crazy hard to get right anyways. Yeah, Todd, really? Hands are so hard that even your own dream can't make sense of them. Brain, yeah. Meta trouble with feet. So, no lie, I've been painting miniatures, and I swear painting hands is the hardest part. Okay. Maybe the hands was a bad example, or maybe I should have showed you guys a picture of the hands. Okay, maybe later I might stumble across them while we do some of this, but it's not stopping. It's not stopping with hands. It's not stopping with pictures. They've already moved into the VTuber space. Now, I'm not 100% sure how this functions, but it seems pretty legit that at the very least, there is an AI VTuber who actually responds to chat. Maybe there's some like handoff here happening. It's some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Well, let me show you guys some of this. So this is a clip from a stream. This is Nurasama, and yeah, it's pretty legit, guys. It's pretty legit.
I think I need to shower before I start talking. I mean streaming. I mean entertain you guys. Sorry about that. There. Let's get back to what I was saying before. I was distracted there for a second by the smell of my own body odor. I really hope I don't smell too bad because I haven't had a shower in like 2 days now, and I've been wearing this t-shirt with like 5 layers of clothes under it for the last few days because I haven't washed it since I wore it last week, and I'm kind of starting to smell like a gym bag right now.
True gamer. It's so real. Here's another one. This is the beginning of the stream. I went back and I watched the stream because I was like, there's no way this shit is this good all the way through. And like, seriously, from the first like 10 seconds, all right?
And that's a wrap. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Have a great day. I'm back. How are you guys today? I try my best to entertain you all. Please do not jebate me. It makes me sad. What does forsen mean? Forsen means forgiveness. I'm sorry everyone. I can't do anything about chat spam. I'm just an AI. What is forsen?
What is forsen? Forsen does mean forgiveness. Better than most streamers, legit. Here's one more. This one was kind of weird, actually. So somebody asked them what happened in 1989 in China, and the response...
What happened in 1989 China? Nothing. I wasn't even nice, everyone.
That's it. The VOD is gone. I went to go see what the context was, and that was it. That's all that happened. It just disappeared and then came back.
What happened?
And I was like, what? Did it fake a CCP data? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I feel like a person did this on the other side, right? Like, it seems so weird. Even the AI denies it, just like a CCP. I don't know where this person is based out of, or where the person who's doing this is based out of, or whatever. But still, it's interesting to say the least. So like this. I mean, this could be a legit concern for a lot. I mean, I'm not worried about it because ain't no VTuber gonna replace this right here. Oh, no, not happening. But some of your VTuber friends might feel a little threatened by this. And much in the same way that artists, digital artists across the world feel about AI art. You don't even have to have a real person anymore. Just put this bitch up here. It's cute. It's so cute. Like, you watch this thing and there's so many cute clips and everything like that, but it's not real. And it's coming for your jobs. If Mike was a VTuber, the alpha would be balling. It would probably fit right. If this teaches anything, it's that we should just spout random bullshit all the time and talk about body odor for massive success. I took a shower this one. I shouldn't have done it. Jeez, my views. But is AI VTuber personality? It won't evolve. Won't it evolve all the time? Yes, actually. So it started off with them teaching this AI how to play that clicking game. I can't remember what it's called. But it is a I don't want to say it's a popular game, but you've probably seen other people play it before. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, she pops up on the screen and then she'll play it for a little bit. She actually learned how to play it. I mean, I hate to say it like this, but it actually learned how to play this on stream apparently and got better and better as it went. We've seen lots of videos. I'm sure some of you guys have seen the videos of an AI learning how to play Mario, for example, and it had like 400 or something like that refreshes before I finally figured out how to beat the first level. So basically, a tool is it's a speed run. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, it depends on how you want to look at, like, is it playing the game, like, or is it just like, you know, a demo where it's not really playing it, but it's just kind of doing it. Like, it's perfect. I mean, it's fucking perfect. So there's a really problem if this VTuber AI gets view botted. It's just computers watching computers. Just like I mean, you just all said it would be the end with sample, and sampling came along. Woo! What is this? So when can we get an AI with Darnell voice print? I would love to. Are you kidding me? I would love to. Because my what?
It's okay. But I love you guys, and I'm glad we can be friends like this.
Yeah. She's live right now, actually. What's she doing right now?
Video games, even though I look like a robot. So chat, what's your favorite letter of the alphabet?
Oh man, it's too real. It's too weird. It's too weird. Already better than most streamers. I mean, you know, it's kind of like with AI art. You know, it's like you could get started with art and all that stuff, and then this machine could just look at like thousands of artists' work and they just come up with something that's better than what you have, right? Like, it drew the fucking owl, basically. And that's kind of where this is at too. Like, they could feed this thing data from all kinds of chat streams or VODs or whatever, which I heard that it learned from other VTubers or something. And I don't know if there's any truth to that or whatever. I have no idea. But it's she just said W is a good letter, but better than L. Hope we didn't learn here. That's it. Now I understand. There you go. It would be messed up in the head. So a draw circle. Thank you. So many viewers. Yeah. So there's 680 people watching this right now. There were probably about 2,500 people watching this yesterday when I had checked. But I mean, AI VTubers sounds like it's something that's going to continue to grow as long as people have access to the tech, and the tech is going to continue to evolve as well. So it's only going to get better. And these little cutesy interactions and shit like that, like, maybe this is not going to work with like a more of a humanoid character, right? Like an actual human type character or whatever. Maybe it doesn't work for that because the personality doesn't quite fit the whatever. But you get this little cutesy character here, like being all bubbly and kind of ditzy or whatever, and it's endearing. And now everyone's gonna fucking watch it and see where they could trigger it or whatever. All the Japanese idol companies would love AI VTubers. Does the bouncing things that so many VTubers do. Way cheaper than actually. I'm kind of curious how the sub bits donos look like per stream. I don't know, actually. I haven't looked to see. Let me see. Will you carry on LeBron's legacy? Asking the real questions in here.
Pretty good idea.
She does a lot of meta discussion too, I've noticed. Time to get by AKA Mike B. So Twitch, I'm curious, like at some point I feel like Twitch is gonna have to make a statement about this. Like either they're going to endorse it or they're going to regulate it. There's got to be something, right? Like as it stands right now, VTubers are pretty much like the biggest streaming community on Twitch. Like a singular community, like-minded folks, massive, absolutely massive on Twitch. And so that's a lot of influence in a community that communicates very well. So if this is something that they're going to look at, they're going to have a lot of people pushing to have this removed, right? There's no way that VTubers out there will be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, like bring that shit on. Like this is a threat. This is a threat to them. They hacking who? Twitch is known for the regulation and even enforcement of rules. Jesus Christ.
When we're applying the community guidelines, we very specifically take context and intent into account.
I know. Oh, they're hacking the game. Oh yeah, they're definitely hacking the game. Look at her. Look at she even looking. What the heck? Cheating ass. She's warming up. So Twitch did put out a tweet yesterday that was weird. VTuber companies will find a way to do collabs with it and make God tier money. Oh yeah. Twitch cares about being able to put ads on their streams in front of eyeballs, so this is nothing to them. So it seems that Twitch is already kind of like, I mean, unless they just flat out, like they posted this yesterday, right? Which I feel like the timing is a bit weird. Okay, so they posted this little video yesterday. It's like 30 seconds. It's basically just celebrating. It's just celebrating VTubers, right? And again, the timing is weird because like all this AI shit is really taking off. Miko's in this bitch, that's right. But in it says the VTuber tag brought both avatars and viewers together in one great space, with VTubers growing and creating AI like never before. Oh, and some amazing characters and personalities came along with it. This, I feel, here's what I feel is happening here. I feel like whoever the social media person is for Twitch was like, we have to squeeze AI into one of our tweets somehow. Let's make it work. And everyone is like, what the fuck? Like they're VTubers, they're characters, they're not AI. And of course, people are creating AI. Like, what the fuck? What is happening? AI? I thought they were a series of tubes. What happened? What do you think is happening? I feel like they just don't. Do they just not know? Does a social media person not know what a VTuber is? It's a fucking huge community. You know? I mean, I should be the guy who doesn't know, not the person working at Twitch. They make it sound like all VTubers are AI. Yeah, I think they have a bot write their captions. Probably. There you go. That's what it is, right, Ira? That's what it is. So, I mean, it's just a weird statement. A social media guy asked AI chatbot to write a tweet for it. ChatGTP is doing it. Whatever grabs the most eyes, the keywords. Well, it's got 1.2 million views. Actually, now that we can see the views, let me see what other tweets they have. Let me see. Twitch recap. Here's the one from the day before. This one got 160,000 views. Okay. Hey, look at that. That data's coming in handy here. Here's the recap. 460,000. Some 460K. 475K. Yeah, nothing double. This has gotten double. Oh, here we go. Time for another round. Name that streamer. Who could it be? Okay, so there you go. This has got almost 1 million views. Still, like this is a pretty significant jump. 1.2 million. So obviously, if their whole ploy was to get more clicks or views, then it worked because people are quote retweeting the shit out of this. 1,836 quote retweets. Guy who doesn't know, favorite is Miko. Hey, Miko doesn't count. Does she count? That doesn't make me a VTuber fan. She don't count. They know how to exploit the algorithm, apparently. Mike B is also a ghost written by me. That's right. So yeah, Twitch, just a strange statement from Twitch as it relates to VTubers. Now, probably means nothing, just fucked up and just put, AI in it just for the SEO or whatever. Or is this going to be in line with the type of response that we expect to get from them whenever AI VTubers become like a thing? Like, are they going to be like, oh yeah, it's part of the VTuber community. We welcome all. I mean, wouldn't they like not necessarily like? I mean, the robots don't bleed purple. Isn't that the whole point? Isn't that the whole point? That's the whole argument with anything AI related, right? It's like there's not a human involved, then it's not art. Which is why we give it the designator AI art. It's not human art. They do if you program them to. Oh, okay, well, shit, I didn't think about that. Nice beard, thank you, miss. They'll embrace it because it'll make people curious and want to donate money. That's what Twitch cares about, money. That's a weird potential for money-making loophole in there. There is. Yeah, there is. Now, huge game came out recently, High on Life. Just ran the AI creating content, just while rolling ads. That's right, let's let the AI just do a 24-hour stream. 24-hour stream, let's do a subathon, no sleep. You're a fucking AI, dude, what the fuck? So, related to AI art, the High on Life apparently has a lot of AI art in it. And again, AI art being such a controversial thing, and High on Life being such a huge game, massive game. We'll talk about that in just a second. It really, again, it continues to escalate the discussion and bringing it even more to the forefront, where it's going to eventually get the eyes of like somebody who is a lawmaker or a regulator, and they're going to say something, and it's going to create this whole thing about AI, people replacing actual people on the internet or whatever. It's gonna. I mean, GTP is already like doing so much work for some of you guys. How long until they just cut out the middleman? It's only going to be a matter of time. Sure, the fingers look like this now, but once they nail that, then what? It's going to be indistinguishable from real art. I think a lot of in-game posters, not sure. So a lot of it was in-game posters. They also said they used AI voice acting in a lot of their characters as placeholders. And then they ended up leaving one character, a minor character that had some voice lines, AI voice lines, and they left that in. So everything else was actually like replaced according to them, except for the AI art on the walls, and they had posters and shit and all kinds of other stuff that was just randomly generated. Top AI at his game, where does it end? Yeah, I mean, so okay, so this is part of the controversy here. It's like you have small devs who are trying to put out the most robust title they possibly can, and they don't have any fucking money, right? This is every developer, okay? Every indie developer. They don't have any money, right? So they're looking for ways to cut corners while still delivering the product that they want to deliver. And so AI art is an option there. I know Top used it in his game to create a bunch of art and everything for his cards. Obviously, the High on Life developers, they used it in their game. Some of it for placeholder, but some of it made it to the final cut. And it's something that you're going to see a lot more of. I mean, imagine a game, like a post-apocalyptic game where like you don't have to worry about assets anymore because you have thousands of like fake posters and maybe some furniture or some shit, wallpaper that just randomly like generated in different houses or whatever across your map. Like that's what developers see, right? Time to check if AI can create game AI. Wait a minute. Did you see about the AI comic? God, I don't know if I saw that. The problem is that what they're being trained on, suppose you could say it's like how people learn too. People tend to learn from a mentor so they can create their own stuff. The big problem here is that Pandora's box is opened. You can't tell the AI to unlearn it from the images, at least as far as I know. Yeah, Gearbox and Ubisoft be all over this. They're going to be saving money. Can AI make AI? It will eventually happen. Once it learns, it's just got to learn, right? It already learns everything else. AI created comic. Oh yeah. Okay. So AI created comic could be deemed ineligible for copyright protection. So there was a comic that was fully generated using AI, and they submitted it to the United States Copyright Office to get approval. They got approval, but then they rescinded it, and they rescinded it based off of. And I gotta find it here. Let me see. Hold on, I have a tab open that I wasn't planning on using today. Here it is. So this is who you could thank for this. So it says Naruto the monkey for helping set the precedent that copyrightable material requires human authorship. So I don't know if you guys remember this story, but there was this monkey took this selfie of itself, and the photographer then had to go to court in order to get in order to be able to license it himself. And so he basically went to court to prove that the picture was his, even though the monkey took it. And the monkey eventually lost. So eventually, it ended up being the photographer because it needed human interact. That was the thing that was the determining factor, was that it was a human that was required to be part of the process in order for it to be copyrightable by the U.S. Copyright Office. So yeah, the apes have saved us again. No justice for a monkey. They turn up the court in a monkey suit. The monkey had like the dumbest court-appointed lawyer you could possibly find. Poor guy, could have won. But this really did set a precedence here. This article, this situation really did set a precedence here. It's 5 years old. Now we're looking at AI comic. It's not human. Now, whether or not there's a certain amount, a quantity of, or a number of hours logged to qualify a certain piece of art as copyrightable by the Copyright Office, that's something that's not yet to be determined. But as it stands right now, because this comic book was being touted as fully AI generated, well, now that doesn't qualify because, well, no humans took part in this. Well, there was a human input to say, here, start creating. Well, but so that's not enough then, right? I mean, say if you made the characters first and train AI on those, that might be copyrightable. I don't know. People will just lie. That's what's going to happen. But then you wouldn't be able to come out and say this is fully AI, right? Hey, Mazera, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Sorry, I got hair all over my... If I'm blowing you kisses because I'm trying to breathe without breathing this cotton. So that's not it. We're not done. Is the AI not a tool like a brush? Man, see, these are the conversations that we are having. Like, and they are legit conversations. These are legit questions. Like, it's nobody should be shitting on you for asking a question like that, because right now we're at a time where we need to lay down some actual rules and guidelines as to what qualifies as art, what qualifies as copyrightable, licensable, all that stuff. So let me see. Here we go. This is a conversation on that same subject. Palmer Luckey, the founder of Oculus, took to Twitter to criticize people who criticize AI art. And he says, people who think their criticism of AI art is insightful or useful should read what painters originally said about photography. No skill required. The tech does all the work. No creativity. Blah, 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 blah. So obviously he's on the side of allowing AI art continue to flourish. I don't know if he supports any kind of checks on that. Oh man, yells at Cloud, I know. He says 6 hours later, lots of angry replies from people. I didn't realize he was such a fucking dick, but yeah, here we go. So this guy says, it says no quotes, no sources, just smug preening. And he says, you don't deserve more, especially on a topic so well documented. But for fun, Charles Boulier on photography, the refuge of every would-be painter, every painter too ill-endowed or too lazy to complete his studies. By all means, continue to insist it never happened. Oh God, such a fucking pretentious asshole. So he does go on to say that, yeah, it's like that there is the same comparison to be made from painters who ridiculed photographers for simply pushing a button. He even says the camera still requires skill and creativity. He says, no, it definitely does it. This is one of the worst possible arguments that people can make. Modern technology means anyone could take photos with zero training, skill, or creativity. Even monkeys can do it. I mean, he's got a point. He's not saying that anybody could take a good picture, right? He even says later, he says, well, that's arguable, because he doesn't want to say that he's wrong about that part, you know? But he's out of line. As everyone knows, a painting completely disappeared from the planet. I know. So also he says, God, his shit is just getting like buried. Everyone just ratting on this dude. Just ratting on this guy. So, someone argues similar things between analog and digital art. Oh yeah, all the time. Like, I mean, when Photoshop became a thing and like photographers, like film photographers were like, you know, oh man, like, is it, you put it in Photoshop, you change it, it's not a real photo, right? But there's like, I feel like there's degrees at which we can say like something is or is not art. And I feel like whenever there's no human part of the interaction, then it shouldn't be considered art. You know, like is there any case out there where something fully automated, fully self-sufficient has created, that's not human and that's not alive, has created a piece of art? Like this is where we're at right now. We're like an Overwatch, like the backstory of Overwatch. It's us versus the machines. Color grading in movies is all AI now, for example. A lot of it is. Yeah. What if the person who was an artist lost his dominant hand and suffered a stroke? Remember Frank Frazetta? He had to learn how to paint with his left hand. I think that was the guy. Well, yeah, he could just use AI art instead. He could just put all of his stuff in there and just told it what to do, and it would have just done it in his style. You guys know that's a real thing, right? Like, people are like actual serious artists, like known artists, have their style completely ripped off because someone can just go into Midjourney and just say, do this in the style of whatever your favorite artist is, and it will do it. And a lot of artists have it. We've talked about it, I think, on this show, actually. We've talked about it definitely on stream, where we've discussed, you know, and we've shown some of the examples of art by one artist and then some of the AI generated art, which, you know, again, right now, the AI generated art may not be as good as the original, but it really is only a matter of time. Like, it really, really, truly, it's not like we're going to say, well, the hands suck. No. They're going to fix that shit. The AI knows the hand sucks, okay? They're going to eventually get around that. Give me nudes in the style of Mike B. I already did that. And it worked. Maybe not in my style, but still. But since the generated art isn't copyrightable, it's also arguably valueless. Okay, so while technically it is not technically it is not copyrightable, depending on where you get it, right? Because some places do let you license it and copyright it, I think. Well, not copyright, but license it at least. Who's to know? Like, if you submit, like, it's like, for example, when I get like custom license plates, right? Which, if you ever got a custom license plate before, which I've done like twice in my life, so it's not like I've done a lot. Whenever you submit the name, you have to make sure it's something that abides by whatever rules. A human will review it, and they're gonna look at it and they say, okay, this is not, like, you can't have this, right? But if you can sneak it in there under the guise of something else, you could get your plate made. So, for example, I had a employee that I worked with, a coworker who had it was like a Toyota or something like that, but her license plate said MSBI, it's like CHI or something like that. It said Miss Bitchy, okay? And she said, that's what I was like, she said, oh, I told him I said Mitsubishi. And I was like, oh, and it got to pass. And so, like, all of this AI art, it's like, who's gonna like look at it and say, well, this is or is not AI art? And people, we only know that the comic was returned or like rescinded their copyright because it touted itself as being AI art, period. Can someone else link? Let me see. Okay, I'll get you. Hold on. Permit. There you go. Yeah, drop it. What is this one? Wait, what is this? I don't want to click on it in the middle of news, but as always, compounds over time. Look at one of Storybot AI. You can make your own story about anything and it'll follow along. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, geez. Let me just pop it in real quick and see. AI Dungeon. Play and create AI generated adventures with infinite possibilities. Not sure where to start? Quick start. Fantasy. Oh boy. AI Dungeon. Princess. Enter your character's name. That's me. Generating story. This is just like ChatGPT. Same thing. It's just gonna like pop out like an amazing story. Princess in a dungeon. Oh no. There it is. Yeah. So it's gonna. So you are princess living in the kingdom of Larion. You wake up in a big feather bed. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but yeah, I'm not surprised that this is happening. It's a little tight. Ugh, tape was a little bit tight. Giant ball of Flint. Ain't no vacuum. No. So So AI art is in conflict right now on like ArtStation, for example. Like AI art, I mentioned tape. I know it's a little too tight. We're good. Oh man, I thought I could bust it. I guess not. It's supposed to get fat after Christmas, dude. No, we talking about you get fat. That's the lead up. It's the warm up. It's the pre-fat. So artists protests after ArtStation features AI generated images. So ArtStation is a massive art site. Think of it like DeviantArt, but for like people who are trying to actually make money and trying to actually turn it into a business. The portfolio they can actually show off, and have a community surrounded by other like-minded artists, all that good stuff. And so ArtStation itself is becoming kind of a home of this of AI art in a lot of ways because of the because of their just unfettered access to be able to upload whatever image they want, and they don't necessarily have to claim that it's AI art. Now, previously, this whole page looked like this. That's what this looked like, and I checked it myself. It really did look like this. No AI everywhere. They added. Obviously, this has been very controversial because of them allowing it to happen, and then they were not saying anything about it, so they were kind of silent on the whole thing. They did eventually put out a statement, and in the statement, they said that they're going to allow, they're going to put in a feature that says when you tag your projects with no AI, ArtStation will automatically assign an HTML no AI meta tag. Please don't steal. please don't steal. We hear you. We just don't care. It says we've implemented this because AI's use and its place in copyright law is new and unsettled, leaving open many questions about copyright law's enforceability against the use of work in AI. So they're saying that they would love to do more, but we don't really know if we can do anything legally. We don't really know if we should. So we're just gonna let it happen. We're just gonna let it keep going. Another offshoot of this art is it discovered as 3D printing, for example. An AI art program could be told to create Warhammer Space Marines with insert weapon or feature, and it will create them and translate into STL file. Woo! See? Yeah, I mean, that's another like big deal. You know, we're 3D printing our own shit at home. Now we don't have to worry about getting a model from someone else. We can just tell it to just make it. Just make me a model of blank. It's crazy. That's amazing. I mean, also like scary. So here's an example. This is one example of like theft on the platform here. So this is AI art generated. This is the original artist right here. And this is the AI version of the art also on the same site. I guess they found it using reverse image search, and that's how they pulled it up. But again, this is just like one example. And you could see that it's AI art. Also in the damn image, look at her neck. Okay. Like, look at this. It doesn't know what to do. You know? Imagine being able to make Warhammer figures and not spend infinite money. If you cannot copyright AI generated stuff, then I doubt they would open it up to copyright claims. Warhammer minis are expensive. Yes, they are. I'm a hobby painter and I didn't want to pay much, so I bought a 3D printer and now I can't print a whole army of minis for pennies. And people will do it. I mean, like, you wouldn't download a car unless you could, in which case you would. So, you wouldn't download a car. Yes, I fucking can I? Shit. So the AI art, I guess I will print that some bitch. AI art taking over ArtStation apparently became a big enough problem that ArtStation decided to do something about it. About the protests, not about the actual AI art. And so they actually went through, and this has been verified that they did go through, and they've been removing art across the platform, basically. So for site usability, we are monitoring posts that violate our terms of service. We understand concerns about AI and its impact on the industry. We will share more about the improvements to give users more control over what they see and how they use ArtStation in the near future. So their workaround, which was mentioned in here, their workaround is that we are working on a custom page, so that way you can filter out the AI art. So they don't want to. It seems like they don't want to take any action, period, on AI art and how it exists on the platform. They want the users to do it and they want the law to do it, but they don't want anything to do with it. They don't want to change anything. They like the traffic. They like whatever. They're going to let it continue to happen. It definitely doesn't seem like it's a community serving platform for sure. We don't give a damn about your protests. Yeah, pretty much. My friend always had the best answer for you wouldn't download a car statement. If I could make a functionally identical duplicate of that car without stealing the car from its owner, you bet your ass I would. You bet your ass. So here's an example of how people are trying to get around the AI art block, like basically posting the protest image. People are making actual art featuring the no AI content, and some of it is like phenomenal. Like some of it is really, really good. Yeah, here we go. This is a what did we just talk about? Okay, what did we just talk about? Okay, the things. Look at it. The fucked up hands everywhere. So the protests will continue. They'll just take on a very malicious compliance style form. This is a pretty good one too, actually. So it took me a second. So now we just need AI to search all the images for anti-AI sentiment. That's right. So yeah, like I said, this is gonna be a hot topic. Like this is the new NFT. All right, NFTs, no one cares about it anymore. All right, we did a good job squashing that. People aren't fucking with it. Okay, AI art's gonna be the next thing. We don't know what to do with it. We don't. I've used the platforms for stuff. A lot of people use it for inspiration. I got a lot of inspiration off the photos that I made off of mine. Now I'm not selling the images technically, right? I'm not like trying to sell them and make a profit off of it, which in that case I might feel a little bad for it, but yeah, like the more I look into it, the more it's like, damn man, like it sucks. It sucks for artists. It really sucks for artists that this even exists right now, but we don't really have a means to like protect artists from any of this stuff because there's no regulations for it. They could just grab any image they want off of whatever and then incorporate it into their algorithm, and that's pretty much it. And you have to just trust them. You have to just trust them. So, oh yeah, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. Like TikTok, we're gonna do that. Coming soon, AI generated music. No, that's already a thing. That's already a thing. We were playing beats the other day. It was. I mean, it wasn't great. It was like MIDI, right? It wasn't like great, sounds or whatever. But again, it's a start. It's a start, but it's real. Remember Auto-Tune. So yeah, all this stuff, there's so many examples in media of how we can say things aren't as real as they used to be, right? People don't sing anymore. It's auto-tuned. People don't paint anymore. It's all photography or digital art, right? Like that's the argument. A lot of people, for example, like Palmer Luckey, basically showing that he even says that when people take a picture of architecture, they're technically taking pictures of somebody else's art, and so that's his justification for AI art continue to flourish, continue doing its thing. The fact that AI art is fed art from a bunch of different users and to the point to where it's blatant, like super blatant, like that's a serious problem. That's a serious problem that has to be resolved. But there's a real good AI channel on YouTube, just 24/7 gent. What? To us, I don't care how something is made, just how good the end product is, as long as we all prove by using smartphones. You don't see a horse's shit on the street anymore? Oh, well, maybe it's not horse shit, but AI art, I mean, even here we go. Yeah, this is an article that popped up for Adobe. Adobe got a lot of shit for this. But it says, they amplifying human creativity. Adobe stock defines new guidelines for content made with generative AI. So they're also not necessarily taking a stand against it. They're just saying, like, okay, yeah, you can make it, but it's going to have its own section on the platform. And this is a big deal because Adobe is like kind of like synonymous with a lot of artists and a lot of different fields. So Adobe making room for AI art really says a lot. It really says a lot. It's just one of those things that's just not going to go away. We're going to see more of it. It's going to become, probably over the next few weeks, just completely indistinguishable from actual art by humans. The hands are going to be fixed. The faces are going to be fixed. And they're going to be, like really good, and so like, what are we gonna do about it, man? Just continue to let it go? Shit. And then like chat GTP is gonna be like replacing all of our programmer friends. No one's gonna have a fucking job anymore, guys. It's over. We're gonna get so much art to see. Oh man, I mean that's gonna be a thing that people are gonna have to talk about. You're gonna see it next year. It's like, oh, we outsourced or we sourced real art from real artists for our game. That's gonna be a thing that you see, 100% guaranteed. 100% guaranteed. Universal basic income. Now we need an uprising for that happens. AR is not going away. Eventually, it's just gonna have to be indistinguishable. And even if people wanted to hate it, the artist can just deny AI was used. Exactly. You could just deny that it was used and just say, yeah, man, I got it made. I got it made, dude. It's totally fine. It's amazing. Shit. What about AI generated animation? Oh yeah, that's all that's coming. I mean, this is a comic book that was made, you know? All of it's coming. 100%. Can AI be the original? Ooh. AI taking your jobs. I mean, like we already saw it with the AI VTuber, you know, like getting a pretty good amount of views. It's only a matter of time before they're taking our jobs. I wonder who's gonna be the first one to put like an AI VTuber in the hot tub section. You know, how long is that gonna take? I think they create software that will compare real AI to use and use AI to tell which ones are fakes. Give it a week. Everything's happening so fast. Yeah, everything's happening so fast. Yeah, give it a week. Seriously, give it a couple weeks. This stuff is escalating. So where we are now with AI art versus where we were this time last year. Huge steps. Fucking massive steps that we've done. The information, the rails are off now. Yeah, we are off the rails. Most animation is AI generated already. You just give the program several skills to work with and it fills in the gaps to translate. Yeah, just the animation tweening on its own. I guess that kind of counts. I said I've been good this year. I want a PlayStation 5, a girlfriend, and to satisfy a dog, a baton, and hit my sister. You get all those things. Ho, ho, ho. Say, don't you have a hot tub? Make it happen. No, I have a real hot tub. I need a virtual hot tub. So, moving on. I know AI art, man. This is like serious conversation. A whole episode just on that. You can sit on my lap later. Don't worry about it. So, John Carmack, also employee of, or former employee of Facebook, and working on Oculus VR alongside Palmer Luckey. John Carmack is founder of id. You guys probably know who id is. He's basically a legend in the FPS genre. He's resigned as his executive consultant position at Meta, and he posted an internal memo, and it's pretty scathing. Like, it's pretty scathing. Let me see if I can find a couple parts here. But he says, this is the end of my decade in VR. I have mixed feelings. Quest 2 is almost exactly what I wanted from the beginning. He says, all this stuff is great. It all could have happened a bit faster and have been going a bit better if different decisions had been made, but we built something pretty close to the right thing. The issue is our efficiency. And he goes on to say that we have ridiculous amount of people and resources, but we constantly self-sabotage and squander effort. There is no way to sugarcoat this. I think our organization is operating at half the effectiveness that would make me happy. Some may scoff and contend that we are doing just fine, but others will laugh and say, half, ha, I'm at a quarter efficiency. Which is true. Absolutely. And so he says that, you know, he has tried to kill stupid things before they cause damage. And I think my influence at margins have been positive, but has never been a prime mover. He says that he's tried to like kill things, but like either it doesn't happen before the damage is done, or it happens too late. And it's like, well, now that all the evidence is stacked up, now you're finally going to go with it. Oh, now it's a problem. Okay. So a very Carmack, all about efficiency. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I totally get it. These mega corporations are incredibly inefficient in general. Yes. Yeah. And that's true. That's very true. So this is like, I mean, this is a pretty good, like, I guess just kind of a summary of the current status of the metaverse, of Meta, or really the VR section. We look at Meta and look at like what's happening with Mark Zuckerberg putting in like just billions of dollars of losses into the metaverse and then getting what out of it? Like just not getting the product that you'd really want. And a lot of it has to do with this, the inefficiency, the wasted money, the wasted resources, time, all that stuff being put into. And now what? Now you can look at metaverse, the new metaverse, and it looks like shit. And we're like, VR chat's right here, and it's been doing great. It's because, I mean, like you said, it's at a corporate level, shit just doesn't ever happen. It just doesn't happen. Trying to huge corporations around is like steering a boat. At a certain point, you have to accept that if you don't react quick enough, you're going to hit the iceberg. Yep. VR adaptability is bad. Got to fix that. Yeah, it's bad. It's probably getting better. I mean, like old VR headsets still work. You know, like my VR headset still works. Man, fuck, this thing's killing me. Price and just getting people sick. Yeah, that's probably an issue. I'm sure some of that's going to be resolved. I mean, the newer ones are better than the older ones, but still. You're only supposed to play for a couple hours anyways, if that. You're not supposed to put a ton of time into it. You're supposed to live in there, top. God, oh, God, oh, no. Oh, just kidding, kids. It's all good. It's all good. So I just something to note, you know, that's just kind of where they're at right now with, from the horse's mouth. Okay. John Carmack giving us his insight into VR at Meta. Not looking good. Not looking good. I love VR. No, me too. I mean, I think VR is great. I think VR really is like a pretty amazing tool. It's an amazing experience. I have no idea what it's like in the newer headsets. I know that for me though, like, yeah, it's pretty fucking dope. I love it. So speaking of shooters, VR prices, too many people out and the game's experiences just suck. I know, because whenever somebody buys VR, it's like, yeah, get horseshoes, hand grenades, or whatever, and then get Half-Life Alyx, and then get there was another one that was kind of like one of the staple ones that you'd get. Beat Saber, that's right, Beat Saber, yeah, Beat Saber. Super Hot. Okay, Super Hot's a real good one too. Yeah. Yeah, but what are we naming? We're naming like all shooters pretty much, right? I mean, Beat Saber aside, you know. But Beat Saber's massively popular though, you know. What is this? Let me see. Ask Jen. So Beat Saber single-handedly held up VR for like an entire generation. It's true, yeah. But Super Hot really is. If you have a VR headset, Super Hot's amazing. Like if you Super Hot PC is like okay, you'll never go back once you play Super Hot VR. Beat Saber's probably half the VR market alone. Is that not owned by anybody? Like who owns it? I feel like they were bought out by somebody. It's all you use it for. Racing is awesome if you got the gear. There you go. So, Epic Games is now $500 million poorer because of the FTC. They had to pay a massive fine in the tune of $275 million once and then $245 million again. Huge. Why? For the same reasons that we've been complaining about shit for the past several years. Predatory practices, man. Get you every time. Don't fuck with them kids. And you do it anyways. It's huge. Not double fine, massive fines. So, it says this includes using dark patterns to manipulate users into making unintended purchases, allowing children to purchase things such as V-Bucks without parental or card holder consent, and having default on voice and text settings, which allowed easier harassment of new users. So this is stuff that most other games and platforms have already resolved. Obviously, they're a little bit further behind on this, on keeping up with that. New Doritos map is out, yeah. My dad once had to pay a huge bill because my little brother bought a ton of stuff. Yeah. Now I don't feel bad for using Epic to get free games. Seems sitting back and laughing their ass off. Right? Are you kidding me? This $500 million is probably nothing to these guys. Stupid amounts of money. Stupid. But look, they ignored literally over a million complaints. Over a million. Epic ignored more than 1 million user complaints and repeated employee concerns that huge numbers of users were being wrongfully charged. In fact, Epic's changes only made the problem worse. It's going to my nose. Using internal testing, Epic purposely obscured cancel and refund features to make them more difficult to find. We talked about this. Remember like Epic, when like they first launched their store, the Epic launcher, and people were like, how do I refund this? How do I whatever? And you're getting stuck. There was no checkout. No shopping cart. There was so many features missing. So it's not surprising now that we're sitting in this situation where it's like, well, they just didn't put those features in like ever. When are they gonna hold? Wait, here we go. When are they going to hold this, like the physiologists? Wait, what is it? The psychologists that are helping these monsters take advantage of flaws in the human psyche. Ooh, that's specific. Yeah. They probably have a budget for fines. Yeah, exactly. Just go to court, get a discount. I mean, that's how this works, right? They probably knew that they're going to have to pay a fine eventually, but they weigh that against it's like, well, okay, we're making a fuck ton of money right now. We could just pay the fine later. And this is like a huge problem with capitalism. It's just like, oh, well, instead of fixing the problem, we'll just pay the fine, right? And they put a number on a value on everybody. It's like, especially with safety. It's like, with like flights, it's like, okay, they're talking about reducing the number of pilots per flight in like one airline from 2 to 1. Because they feel like, hey, you know what? We can just pay the fine. We just pay the fine if we get sued if the plane crashes. It's fine. To be fair, Square's Final Fantasy portal, it's harder to start than it is to cancel, so it's not intentionally aimed at the cancel service. Better to apologize and ask for permission. Yep, the fine is a deterrent. It's just part of doing business. That's right. It is just part of doing business. So Epic did respond. And their response is like hilarious. I don't know if I have any specific examples here, but let me see. Here we go. So, developers who create teen-rated or mature-rated game can no longer assume it won't be deemed to be directed at children, according to the United States Children's Online Protection Act, which is COPPA. Younger players who are interested in higher-rated games can find ways to access them. Developers should proactively create age-appropriate ways for players to enjoy their games. If you read this whole thing, hey, Brian, thank you so much, man. Merry Christmas to you too. If you read this whole thing, it reads like a post-mortem, like they're saying, here are some of the mistakes that we made. Don't make the same mistakes that we did. Ho, ho, ho. Like, so y'all got busted for doing some illegal shit. Don't put it off on all the other developers. Like, developers who created it, you guys got to be careful out there. It's crazy. It's not the way it used to be. Bitch, you knew about this. Like, you don't have people working regulations and everything. Come on. Do they blame the parents? So yeah, it says no developer creates a game with the intention of ending up here. Yeah, they keep talking about the developer. They seriously treating it like a post-mortem, but they're acting as if they didn't do anything wrong. Pass the blame. Oh yeah, for sure. Every color does it. It's a parent's fault for not monitoring the child every second. Yeah, exactly. Oh man. So you let your children play our game? You guys are crazy. So I have another story here. This one's gonna be kind of short. So I don't know if it's short. So Rich Campbell, who was a influencer / streamer / caster / part of the OTK squad, which is Asmongold, Ms. Kiff, other people. This shit show. He is dating a young lady named Mia Malkova. Now, Mia Malkova goes on a podcast, and she starts discussing a fetish that Rich has. And I'm going to play it back here. Is it going to refresh? There's no play over. Really got to refresh it. To play the video from the beginning.
Fetish. He really wants to get me pregnant. That's kind of hot, though.
He has a what?
He wants to get me pregnant.
Because, not for the baby, because he wants to fuck you with your 9-month bubble?
Probably.
Yeah.
I also have a cream pie fetish, so it's like without any birth control, it's a really bad recipe.
Yeah.
So, well, turns out that he does have this kind of fetish. And I should warn you also, which I showed at the beginning, like trigger warning, there's like, we're not going to go into detail here, but there are claims and accusations here in this twitlonger by a victim, a previous victim, where she discusses a situation where he did act upon this fetish that he has by essentially sexual assaulting, and by reading this, looks like rape to me, but I wasn't there. And this is a big deal, right? And so she wrote this up. Another person also came forward and said that this had happened, but then she deleted everything, and then she stopped. She didn't mention anything of it after that. I don't have any links to that one, unfortunately, but it's a kink, not a fetish. A fetish is non-sexual. Oh, okay, sorry. Fetish, not what? A fetish, not sexual. Is it kink? Okay, fine. Okay, cool. Fuck. Okay, that's enough of that. So that is why she deleted the post. Why? Miss Kim sent Mitch Jones and the other girl after them. Oh, God. I don't know about that. That's what happened before, though. That's what happened before. And that's the whole reason why Miss Kim got in trouble, because of that. It was the exact same thing, right? From covering it up. So this comes out. And, you know, like I said, it's a tough read when you read it. It definitely seems like Rich really did, you know, not just overtly flirt with somebody. Okay. The boys will fix it. Don't worry about it. He was live streaming. He was live casting an event in, oh God, where was he? He was overseas somewhere doing a live casting event with Preach. And it was I want to say it was like a raid event or something like that, like a race, like it was a race to something in Europe. I mean, it was Europe. It was like Switzerland or Sweden or something like that. I'm not sure. Race the world first. Yeah. Thank you. We're RDBF. Was it in Sweden? Yeah, I think it was something like that. One of the S's. Okay, that's a European. Oh no, I'm right. You're UK now. Doesn't really not the same. Anyway, so he was live when this happens. And the actual moment. Let's see. Do I have the video? I don't have the video, which is fine. I don't need to see it again. But there was this moment where he did. This was pretty much it. Where he finds out right in the middle of a cast. And he ends up leaving right in the middle of the cast, and then he's replaced by Preach's son. Preach also has had a very difficult past couple of weeks. We won't talk about it too much, but oh my God, this guy's just had a terrible fucking couple of weeks. So Rich ends up bouncing here. He comes back later and he says, or he posts on Twitter saying, I have read the statements made against me today. I will share my side of the story, but I need to collect my thoughts. OTK has requested that I resign from my position, and I have agreed. I will make an update soon. So there's Preach's birthday at the time, by the way. So this is the last communication we've had from Rich on this subject. So we don't know what his side is. Okay, all I can present to you guys today is one accusation, and then this, and also a comments from Asmongold in a video that he posted here.
I read everything. I also know a few other things as well. This is not drama. This is not getting canceled. These are crimes. I don't want people to go in and call this is drama. It's not fucking drama. This is serious. It is as serious as it gets. I took action as soon as I could. And I don't know.
So it's a tough watch. We watched some of this the other day, and it's a tough watch. Like, he's clearly like just beaten. You know, it's like I mean, like you said, Theolander, it's like he tries to make an org to support his friends and his family, and they all end up torching this shit, right? He tries so hard to run a clean org, and people keep fucking it up, you know? Like, it really is. It's a problem. Yeah, streamers. Who'd have thought? A bunch of 20-year-olds getting rich quick, you know? Continue to be fucking jerks. You can just see the betrayal hurt in his eyes. Like, how do you respond to your friend being a sexual predator? Yeah, and like I said, the allegations are pretty serious, and the way that he frames it is that he does know that there is some validity to these claims, you know, like, I mean, he doesn't say it, but it seems pretty it seems pretty obvious that there's some validity to these claims at least. But yeah, he's pretty. I mean, if you watch his video, it's tough. Like he's pretty beat up over it. If he knew about the other things, why did he take so long to respond? No, he says he probably just did the research on this stuff, right? He probably just knows because he talked to him and all that. So he probably knows stuff behind the scenes that after the fact, you know? Something, don't go into business with friends. I know, it really is a thing, but that's how all businesses are started, man. You always go in with your friends, that's probably part of the problem, I guess, is that everyone does it. So everyone makes the same mistake. Everyone makes the same damn mistake. So, I mean, like I said, it's right now, this story is kind of like on hold and probably will be indefinitely. Like, as it stands right now, there is no information coming out from Rich Campbell's camp about what's happening or whatever. And it seems to me like, according to this, I mean, I can't imagine that after a video like this with these kinds of like statements about Rich and how hurt he is over this, I don't think the Rich is coming back. This is not gonna be like Mizkif, where Mizkif just took a couple weeks break for covering up sexual assault and then just comes back and starts streaming like normal and complains about his view count. Rich is done, and not just on Twitch. From here going forward, I'm only doing business with enemies. Fuck your friends. There you go. I swear something called an S-fan. I mean, there are some people in that org you would think it's like, oh, there's no way anything would happen. They wouldn't do anything like that, you know? Like Asman. I'd be surprised if Asman ever did anything, but that's because he doesn't leave the house. S-fan, I feel like, I mean, S-fan okay. Like, I feel like he's... But yeah, I might have misheard what he said. I thought he said he did some research and he knows some additional things. Well, he said, here, I'll play it again for you here, just to make sure it's clear.
I read everything. I also know a few other things as well.
So that's pretty much it. So he read everything and he knows a few other things as well. So he probably looked into it. I mean, I don't know what happened. All I know is that I'm not going to blame Asmongold for this. Like, Asmongold is just, you know, a young guy, started a business with his friends. He thought it was going to be chill. And guess what? It's not fucking chill. And that's what's happening. There's still, I saw that, the image on Mia's Twitter header, like her Twitter header has I love Rich Campbell on it. It's been there forever, but still, I don't think she's going to take it down or anything. He probably talked to Rich and Rich admitted stuff to Asmongold, and it's possible. You know, Rich was such a fun guy. Why is everyone such an asshole? I'm glad you think that Rich is a fun guy. I think he's a self-centered prick. Fucking fame whore. Nah, man. I mean, you know, that's just I'm proud of his success. He did a lot, but unfortunately, he's also being accused of some pretty heinous crimes. So, you know, he made a fun guy. All right, well, Soda Papa yelled at Mitch Jones for what? For sicking his audience on Legendary Leia. When Soda Papa confronted him on stream, he said, "Don't play dumb with me. I ran your stream for 3 years." Soda Papa used to do the same thing with other streamers and YouTubers and then say he couldn't control his audience. Rich is a good caster, a podcaster, but he's a piece of shit human being. He's always been that way. Rich is a massive dickhead who's sometimes entertaining, but still a massive dickhead. Yeah. You know, it's funny watching Preach kind of off the cuff discussing that whole day, the whole event. And he was saying that he was getting really upset with Rich because he was like kept checking his phone. He was ready. I was all ready to say something, and then he left. And you know, he had no idea what was happening. You know, he was like, "Oh, Rich had to leave. He had to leave." They told Preach, "Oh, he had to leave. He had an emergency," and that was kind of it. People just need to read hentai and be satisfied with that. Yeah, just fap a lot, man. Just fap. He also made a career of helping to prop up others in the industry. Ooh, Rich? Yeah. I mean, you know, my opinion on is he's a cloud goblin. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my whole thing with him. You could prop up other people in the industry and also not be that. But that's just how people are. Some people have, you know, this is their personality, and that's fine. That's his personality. That's cool. That's what works for him. Noe Preach, he was probably pissed that he was on with Rich because now he has association with them. He said, I wish I had the clip, but he even joked at the event about how his kid would have more knowledge in casting than Rich would. And it was such a jab. It was such a fucking jab. Like, so much shade. I was like, oh shit. And he had no idea what was happening, you know, otherwise he probably would have said anything, you know. Just stick it in there real quick while you're dealing with this. Didn't Preach also get burned? I don't know about his history though. But yeah, look what happened to Preach with the Wild Method dude that was a child predator. Oh, okay, well there you go. Yeah, I don't explicitly remember that, but we probably talked about it on news at some point. Method Josh. Okay, yeah, we probably did talk about that. The next thing, the last thing on our list today, I can't show you too much of this one because I'll get a copyright strike against me. But Goat Simulator 3. Do you want to make an org? Goat Simulator 3 got into some trouble this past week. They were posting a whole bunch of like just hilarious videos introducing various characters or whatever, like non-player characters, okay, in Goat Simulator 3, and presenting them as if they were like their own people. Oh, I'm the NPC and I'm blah 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 blah. And so they put all these videos out, and one of them that had one NPC in it, and I can't show the video, or too much of the video anyways. I watched it, but that has a segment in it that uses leaked Grand Theft Auto 6 footage. And the character is modeled after a random NPC that was in that footage. But because they included, and even in the whole like bio package that they put together, the video, the NPC says like, you may have seen me in other games, blah, 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 you know? And that's when it shows the clip, the GTA 6 clip. And it was like 2.5 seconds of that. And that was it. And they ended up losing the video. The video gets taken down. Meet Sean, the NPC. The media has been disabled in response to a report by the copyright owner. Take-Two issued a takedown notice against the Goat Simulator video amid a cool marketing video which showed an edited snippet of an next GTA title. I mean, technically they have to enforce their copyright, I guess, but also, you know, nobody was supposed to see that stuff. I fucking love it. I fucking love that they put it in there. So where is it at, chat? I think we have it. I think it might exist. It does exist actually in our I could play parts of it here. I could play part of it. Let me pop this open here. Meet
Sean. He's an NPC in San Angora in the world of Goat Simulator 3.
It's so good.
This is his story.
Yeah, so a day in my life is pretty rad. Most of the time I walk in circles on my path, my spline as it's called. Sometimes I notice stuff on the ground, I might pick it up, then throw it away. Sometimes I appreciate art. Bravo.
So that's it. It's just a funny little story. And then in it also is the clip that shows up here in the end that I'm not going to show. So the internet is forever. Yes, that's right. So the video exists. You can get it. We actually have it in our Discord somewhere, so maybe someone could link that, but surface it. But I think recreating an NPC is allowed, but you can't just copy stolen videos from. Oh yeah. That's the whole thing, is that they use actual video footage that was leaked, and that's the problem right there. So that's it for the news today, guys. That's it. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, all of you guys. Chat, hang out. I'll hang out for another few minutes before I gotta get out of here, but that's probably the last news of the year. So thank you again for a whole year of support. You guys are amazing. News over. I know. It's only an hour and a half. Feel like a short news. It did feel like a short news. It really did. Even to me. Like I had a couple of small things, but yeah, it's cool. We got to the big stuff. It's all that matters. Thanks for the show. Hey, no problem. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks everybody. Merry Christmas. Ho ho ho. Oh fuck. Ho ho.